And here we go. Most of our runners are going to be starting off at the sanctuary, and we find a piece of heart in the first chest. Let's see which one of them is going to make their early Houlihan run. Looks like Tairr is going to start going right back to Link's house.
Yeah, early Houlihan is nice. Heart container in Link's house. Because there's less money in the chests in Keysanity, so that early 225 rupees is a huge boost.
Absolutely. I've seen, in Keysanity, I've seen so many more runners do this early Houlihan play. Looks like they're all setting up in different ways, but the end result should be the same for all of them. Jump into the river a few times once you've got the rooms, the area set up, and then fall in the hole, and suddenly money.
Yep, 225 rupees.
And Tairr is actually going to be doing some farm farming over here near the Sacred Grove. There's these set of bushes that have a very high drop rate for bombs, so it's a lot more often that you're going to be seeing people farm that, as the rest of our runners now going back into Link's house to get that heart container. And where is xirtanul making an early play down to the store? He's going to grab some bombs from the nearby shop.
You see this from a few runners. It's not entirely common, but it is something a few people do.
Indeed. We got a compass on the library. I did not see if he checked the race game or not. I think he probably did, but must not have found anything of value. I think I also saw a small shield hiding there on the Lake Hylia Island, so we probably won't be seeing that get picked up. Let's take another look at what's in the race game, as Tairr now heading into Kakariko to check out the tavern. Piece of heart there. Oh, we have Cape on the race game. A lot of our runners are going to pass it up for now, unless they see a reason to come back for that later, if there's anything in the bumper cave. And xirtanul making an early South Shore play.
Interesting. Yep, Tairr wanted to use his one bomb to get into the house in the southwest of Hyrule just to farm bombs. I'm sure he'll go check race game afterwards. If you only have one bomb, it's smart to go farm there. You don't have to go get the money to buy bombs otherwise.
Very true. Caladryus actually is making the bomb play here. We found, I don't know if we saw what was in the dam itself. Ooh, fire rod!
Ooh.
And just a big 20 there in the dam, from the drain dam. So he's going to go ahead and head straight over to the mini Moldorm cave. So we find a 5-bomb upgrade pack in the Chicken Jack.
If he had magic, maybe Moldorm Cave would be a lot easier, but has to use bombs.
Yeah, a bit of a tougher strategy, but...
And there's the full magic anyway.
Right after he gets the last one. So let's see what we find in there. We're going to be seeing a lot of items very quickly here. Let's see, we've got a compass for Eastern. We've got a small key to Misery Mire. Ooh, Power Glove in the well. 2 pieces of heart. 3 pieces of heart in the mini Moldorm Cave, not paying off too heavily. We also find a compass to Turtle Rock. So we're feeling a lot of early compasses. That's unusual. Speaking of, we get another one for Pod. And we've got some red goo, so that means Sick Kids are already in play now. That might be something around it. And xirtanul's heading to the Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, so xirtanul with a very odd early routing decision. Most runners almost always go to Kakariko first before even going to the South Shore, but he's making that play early. We'll see if that pays off for him here. And let's see what we have here in Blind's Hut. We've got a compass to Swamp Palace. Another empty bottle. Ooh, here's our first big key. Oh, GT. Holy cow! Early GT big key.
Was that vanilla ice rod? On xirtanul's screen? Yeah, vanilla ice rod location. Interesting.
Well, holy cow.
Well, get your guesses in now for when they'll have to go to T-Rock. Heart container at Bottle Vendor.
Indeed. But yeah, both frauds obtained in the first few minutes. Let's see what our come on, there you go, Tairr. Get in there. Let's see what the Sick Kid has. Meanwhile, xirtanul heading over to Uncle.
Hammer.
Ooh, everybody stop. Hammer time. We got a piece of heart from the sick kid, so not much there. But we at least have our first permanent weapon, and we have a big key. Hey, big kitty thief's down. Well, I was pretty close to my call there.
Yeah, if people had done the fairly traditional check of, going to Uncle early on, that probably would have been the first big key found.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's probably as close as I'll ever get to an accurate guess there. As now both Tairr and Fred heading into the Lost Woods. We're going to be seeing the mushroom spot here. Oh, what? Oh, we got a small key. Hard to see there for a minute, but we got a small key. Oh, Agate Tower key. That's a looming thought.
So, for Castle Tower to get in, you either need the cape, which we know is at race game, so that does put the tower into play. You also need 2 keys. 0 keys will let you check 1 chest. 1 key will let you check the second chest. 2 keys will let you go defeat Ganon.
And xirtanul just found Hookshot in the dungeon. So, wow, we're finding a pretty good amount of items early on here.
That's not always a good thing in Keysanity.
No, it is not. Tairr now going to take that power glove. He's going to check the back end of Escape to see what he finds in there. All right, let's see what Tairr finds. We've got Big 20, 5 rupees, and Moon Pearl. And at the same time, xirtanul finds the Ice Palace big key in the dungeon.
Ice Palace big key is useful to open the big chest, and that's about it.
Pretty much. If you know your way around, you need any of the keys, but having that big key for Ice Palace will give them 1 more item location to check. Oh, we have a fighter sword in the lumberjack. That's an interesting thought. However, considering we already know where Moon Pearl and Power Glove is, that may not really mean much. It just means we may not be seeing Butter Sword this seed as... Oh, xirtanul takes a death right at Zelda's chest.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to set up for a death warp, and
kind of overshot it there, unfortunately. So he's going to say nuts to that, and he's going to go into the back end there through the sewers. Now, you can only go to this 1 chest, and it's also a sequence break since we have not located the lamp yet. But this is one of those ones that I don't blame runners for doing, because if you don't do it now, you'll forget about it for quite a while, and if it has anything, that'll cost you.
Yep. fcoughlin picking up his Fire Rod. Probably get his Ice Rod shortly after the mini Moldorm cave full of pieces of heart.
Yep, and Caladryus right on his heels doing the exact same thing. xirtanul just about to get to that chest now. Let's see. He's got that Fire Rod, thankfully, which means he can light this up, gets the chest, and we got a big key to Tower of Hera. So xirtanul did indeed make the right call getting that chest. Again, out of logic, but that will open up Hera early for him, meaning he could have access to a possible crystal dungeon early. Obviously, right now we don't know, but later on that could come into play.
Yep, as our players find maps, I'm sure we'll see more map checks, and we'll be able to figure out what's crystals, what's pendants from that.
Indeed, and the other possible source of knowledge is something that we see a lot more often in Keysanity is people will talk to Sir Hassela and the bomb vendor in the Dark World to see where the green pendant and the 5-6 crystals are located at, so we'll probably get that information there as well.
Yep.
And chat brings up a good point here now. Oh, Tairr making the early Agate Tower play. He's going to take that Castle Tower key and he's going to put it to use.
Yeah, with only 1 key, he can't go up to Ganon, but he can't do it anyway because he doesn't have a sword yet. So it's not a terrible plan to go check on chests. And
to be fair, considering that we've already got Dark World access, I mean, he has all the means to do so on his end. He probably isn't even considering the idea. Even if he does see that there's a sword in the lumberjack, I would be surprised if he's going to go for it. We got triple bombs in the first chest there in the Anga Tower, so he's going to take that small key and head up to the dark room up there to see what he finds. Oh, but he needs to be careful here. He's taking a lot of damage. Tairr trying to be very careful with his cape usage here. He may have to use that red potion early. Yeah, I think... No, he's just going to save and quit out. In this case, I don't entirely blame him. He would have taken a death anyway.
Yeah. Looks like he's gonna take the Dark World portal just south of Link's house, possibly do a hype cave check.
Or as I like to call it, the Prince Cave. Though, again, given how we found a few good items, but we haven't found a super big amount, it may be something in here. Key-wise, we might find something big.
It's a quick check. It's 5 items. It's pretty worth it at this point, just to see what you get, see what direction to point you in. There's a lamp.
Hey, that paid off. All right, let's see what else we find. We find a small key to Turtle Rock. That could come into play. Blue mail, big 20, and triple bombs. I'd call that a pretty decent hype cave. Not super hype, but certainly not bad at all.
Yeah, the lamp is nice, and blue mail, take that early on, 12 minutes in.
Indeed. Ooh, Caladryus doing an early fake flipper here. He's going to see what Hobo has, but let's find out where our 5-6 crystals are.
Swamp and Thieves Town.
And, ooh, we got the map to Misery Mire from the Hobo. As Fred now going to head down into the dungeons himself. Maybe he'll be able to find out what's in Zelda's treasure chest.
So Dark World access and big key to Thieves Town pretty much points to going to do Thieves Town. We're still missing a small key, so you won't be able to check the big chest, but knowing it's a 5-6 crystal makes it kind of more worth it to go now, I feel like.
Yeah, I can understand that. Tairr getting a piece of heart from old Stumpy, which actually works out for him because he was running low on health, and that gave him a full heart refill. So that works out, as Caladryus now going to do the fake flipper glitch into the Waterfall of Wishing. Let's see what he finds in there. Now, bear in mind, he does not have near enough money for Zora, so he's only going to be able to see what's on the Zora ledge, but he's going to pick up a big 20 and a small key to Skull Woods.
One of the more useless keys.
Unfortunately, and only triple bombs from the digging game, so Tairr not finding much on his route there, unfortunately.
Yeah, without Titan Smiths, he won't be able to enter the Village of Outcasts from the south, so he'll have to go there through the Light World and take the portal to the north of it.
Yep. We also saw there was a map on the Zora ledge. I would be surprised, maybe we'll see that picked up if anyone else gets the flippers and can get Zora early, but I don't think anyone's going to be running back for it if they've already gotten Zora.
Yeah, definitely. Maps are nice, but they're not something you go out of your way for. If it's there, great. If not, you'll just get knowledge other ways.
Indeed. Caladryus now heading into the Eastern Palace area. He's going to find out where the green pendant is from Sahasla, and then check his back closet to see what the gold man's been hiding. We can also confirm just a small shield.
Skullwood's green pendant.
Which one?
Skullwoods has the green pendant.
Ooh, the early fire rod, that's a tease. Heart container, a small key to the other Aga Tower key, and triple bomb. So not much there, unfortunately. All right, so Caladryus now going to be heading into Eastern Palace. Tairr finishing up his South Shore play. I think Fred is over in the sewers area of Escape, going to be picking up his big key to Harry here soon. So we're seeing a lot of divergence. Oh, no, he's up in Death Mountain. That was my mistake. What's the old man got for us? Just a heart container, but hey, one extra health first early on. Some extra health, certainly not a bad thing.
Got his save and quit point, turning the old man in at home, and save and quit goes back to Link's house, see where he decides to go from here.
Looks like he's going to be making the Eastern play as well. Let's see what Caladryus finds here in our first chest in Eastern. And we got a compass. Also, thank you to our buddy Philion for the $4.99 resub. Appreciate the continued support, my friend.
Yep, thank you for 5 months of subscribing.
Looks like Tairr is going to be making the his first trip into the upper part of the Dark World here, either Skull Woods or Village of Outcasts. While xirtanul, he's also made the Death Mountain play. He's going to be heading all the way up. Fred skipped most of this. So we're going to see what's on the Spectacle Rock and inside the Spectacle Rock Cave.
Yeah, Fred didn't bother going up because he didn't have the Hera big key. xirtanul does, so that's a big advantage there.
Yep, and there's a small key up there, though I do have to question it only because they also do have hookshot, which means East Death Mountain is in play. That's a lot of items to pass up.
Yes, but he could just save and quit and go back up there. Yeah. If there's something else down here, like something in Eastern.
Ooh, we got the pod big key in Eastern, speaking of. And a small key to GT. Since we already have the big key, that's pretty much useless, but still. Oh, and Tairr finding silvers in Skull Woods. Always nice to find.
Just gotta find the bone now for him.
Yeah, indeed.
Gotta get the key out of this guaranteed chest here.
Yeah, even in Keysanity, this chest always has to have a small key because you needed to go into this door here so you don't get soft locked.
Yep.
And he finds a big key to Turtle Rock inside, so Skull Woods got a bit of worth in there.
Yep.
Now the question is he going to go all the way up to Mothula since he has the fire rod?
No sword, he can't.
Oh, good
Nothing
point. Yeah, you
need
need at least... Fair point, fair point. Forgot about that for a minute. All right, xirtanul checking out the Paradox Cave, or as I like to call it, the new Hype Cave, because even in Keysanity, this usually has to have something. Big 20 and 50 rupees to start off. Let's see what he finds upstairs.
Tairr working on getting to the vanilla big key location here.
And let's see, we find 5 bomb upgrade, big 20. Come on, we gotta have something up here. Piece of heart container, and another heart container. So, wow, not much there. And we did find the map to Turtle Rock, which we don't know the information of. So he's gonna take an intentional death here, and he's gonna find. We might find out what that is. All right, let's see. Ooh, shovel on the floating island in Death Mountain. That is a tease. Hashtag fetch quest.
Yep, when they come back up here to go into Dark World, they'll probably end up getting that, unless they're in a... Ooh,
oh,
bow.
Wait a minute! Bow on Bumper Cave!
Cape, fairly useful here.
Useful, it's required. The odds of boat not being needed is pretty slim, as xirtanul finds the big key to Swamp Palace over here in Hera. But oh, what a find! All right, xirtanul now continuing his run here in Tower of Hera. He's gonna be careful, taking a lot of damage there, but does get a piece of hearts and refills his health. That was a good timing on that one.
10 hearts, not even 20 minutes in.
That is nuts.
And we know blue mail is pretty easy to get as well, so players should be fairly well taken care of health-wise.
Yeah, I think we'd be pretty safe off here.
You know,
And yeah, chat pointing out, bow is absolutely required because you need it for the gauntlet in Ganon's tower. So knowing where that is very helpful. Tairr's got some very good knowledge, and I think he's going to be going back for that pretty quickly. Ooh, there's one of our pot small keys. Been wondering where those were going to pop up. Oh, and trolled by the fire orb.
No boots and no Titan Smiths means you get to run through all those bushes and pick them up.
Not fun at all.
Tairr probably on his way to see if he does the Bamos in Big Chest and Hera. So
hey!
Tairr checking the couple overworld locations in Village of Outcasts before going into Thieves Town.
Pretty much makes sense. They're not finding much of the chess game, unfortunately, but we still got the bombable hut and the sea house to check before we head in. Funny enough, I think Tairr's the only person who's gone to the Hype Cave, so he's the only one with blue mail right now. But xirtanul's going to take what he can, go into Trolldorm as we find a map to Hera here in Village of Outcasts. But pretty much that's going to be useless information here because we're about to find out whether or not it's crystal or pendant as xirtanul's about to grab it.
Yep.
Oh, and Trolldorm strikes!
Just 50 rupees in the C-shaped house. So, another player gained the knowledge that there is a sword at Lumberjack.
All right, and Tairr now starting his play on Thieves Town. xirtanul gets him on, gets Trolldorm on round 2. Drops a small key to Desert and the red pendant.
Small key to Desert could be pretty useful, though.
That's true. That may still become necessary if there's any good items on that side. Tairr taking an intentional death since he was running low on health.
So,
all right, looks like xirtanul now going to head into the Spiral Cave. Since he doesn't have the boots, he's going to have to take the Walk of Shame. Get your resident sleepers in the chat, folks.
at least with Hook Shot, it's easy enough to take out all the enemies here. Don't have to worry about the jellies sparking and hitting you or anything. Boots in Thieves Town.
Speaking of, what are those? Those boots! And literacy!
And, wow.
Let's see if Spiral K pays off. No, oh, the single rupee.
Tairr going up, getting the heart out of the upper right spot in Thieves Town next to the key door.
Trying to keep his health up. He's been having, even with the blue mail, he's been having trouble with his health here at this so far this seed. All right, let's see what xirtanul's going to do here now that he's finished up Hera. I think maybe he can look at a Dark World play here.
The small key to GT by Caladryus in the Spec Rock Cave here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think xirtanul found that earlier. Yeah. But nonetheless, didn't know where we're at here. It's Tairr now heading into the upstairs area of Thieves Town. Going to set up a blind bomb hole here. And let's see what's in that other chest. Just some more bombs. Well, hey, replaces the one you used.
In that room, too, the skulls along the bottom, At least the left one contains a bomb. I don't remember if the right one does, but there's always a bomb there.
Kind of necessary. You want to make sure you have at least one bomb for that bomb hole. All right, xirtanul now going to head into Skull Woods. We know there's a lot of value in there, so that's going to be a good call for him. And it looks like Fred's going to be on his tail. Uh-oh, Caladryus taking a death. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
On the overworld, I'm going to say probably not.
Never a fun thing. All right, Tairr now heading over to the Maiden here. Now, bear in mind, he does not have the small key, so he won't be able to check the big chest, so he has to hope that doesn't have anything of value in it, because that's a real difficult chest to get back to. He finds the mushroom in the Maiden's chest. That's an interesting find.
Without a sword, dashing is just so much harder because you have nothing pointy in front of you, so you just run face first into enemies. So you have to be a lot more careful with your dashing.
And that's especially crucial what's coming up here as Tairr is getting ready to take on Blind with using only the hammer. It's going to be tricky for him, but let's see how he does.
He should be able to handle this fine.
Off to a decent start, but with that low health as he has to be very careful of these later phases. I don't know.
He's got the red potion, so...
Thank God he's got that. That would have been bad. Let's hope that's enough to carry him through this last phase. Taking a lot of damage here. He can't afford to take another hit.
And he does it. One heart left. Good job, Tairr.
How clutch that was, but he gets the map to Swamp Palace and our first crystal of the race. And in fact, one of the 5-6 crystals. Nice pickup there for Tairr. Xirtanul, are you doing what I think you're doing? You can't go this way.
He can check the one chest.
No, that's true. I think that's all he gets, because that's all he can do.
Yeah. No sword means he can't cut through the vines to get to Mothula.
Tairr now heading into the bumper cave. He's about to pick up the big D.
Small key to Hera. Ooh.
Oh, the basement key. Oh, and Fred got grabbed by the wall master, resets the room. All the enemies he just killed all come back.
At least with Fire Rod, everything dies real quick, and there is, if you really want it, there's a full magic up in the next room. If you bomb the right side wall, there's a pot in there with a full magic restore.
Fair point. Now, the question for Xirtanul is, now that he's got that small key to Hera, he already completed it.
Mm-hmm.
Will he ever be tempted to go back up there? And the same's going to hold true for most of our other runners, because Caladryus is heading up that way now. He's heading out, so he's not going to finish Power
Yeah, he
Hera.
never got the big key out of Escape.
Ah, fair point. Which actually might work out in his favor for several reasons, so that might not be a bad thing. Tairr checking the library, forgetting that there was a compass up there, so he's not going to be grabbing that. And Xirtanul's about to find out it's a very important item up there. He's like, oh, hey, I need to pick that up. Yep. So we have bow and silver arrows within half an hour.
But no sword.
And yeah, no sword. Yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, we know where a sword is, but you can't get to it without a sword.
The irony of it all, isn't it?
Which actually, with the lamp and both castle tower keys early, Aghanim could still be required if the other two swords are, like, hidden somewhere.
Ooh, we've got the big key to Desert Palace in the Bonk Cave, and since Tairr does have the Book of Medora, that could be a play for him.
Just no, doesn't have the small key from Moldorm. So
yeah. But given how easy it is to get back there and get those 2 items, I don't see that being a real big issue for him, to be honest. So, in fact, that's exactly where he's going. He's heading to desert.
at least with silver arrows, the landmo fight isn't too bad.
No, it's a pretty easy fight. We got a piece of heart on the desert ledge, so may or may not pick that up. Given how low a health he's got, he may consider it.
Yeah, there's plenty of health early game. It's just he hasn't got to the places that has it. You know, 2 heart containers up in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, he's been pretty actively avoiding Death Mountain, to be fair. So that might either come back to haunt him, or quite the opposite. It could actually play in his favor when he finally does go up there. But nonetheless, let's see what we find here in Desert. We do at least have several items available to us here. Starting off, we've got triple bombs. You can check the torch, big chest, and of course, Land Mollis himself.
Yep.
Just a piece of heart on the torch. Not going to be bothering with that. xirtanul now making his Thieves Town play. He's going to be happy with what he finds there. And we get a small key to Turtle Rock. Considering we don't know what that is yet, that still could be useful.
Yep, he does have the map, though, so if he does map check, we'll be able to see what it is. Tairr deciding to go into the fairy room. Fairly smart play here.
Got to keep that health up. Make sure you have plenty of health to get through the back end. You just got to watch out for those BMO statues.
Oh yeah, they hurt no matter what.
All right, Tairr now into the back end of Desert. And we didn't notice this earlier, but Fred did take a death in Thieves Town, so he didn't have to.
It was an intentional death because he was real low on health.
And considering it was in the front end, it probably wasn't that far of a loss. So yeah, I can understand why making that death.
Coming out of the 4th chest room, he had, I think, 2.5 hearts. So it was worth it to just run into an enemy face first and restart at the start. Couple seconds to regen most of your health, you would take it.
Yeah, and to rebut a comment in the chat, Tairr has not found a sword. There may have been a glitch where it looked like he had one, but he does not actually have one. I've been watching him. I would have been seeing a sword if he was dashing with one. And very nice fight on Land Mollis there. Very quick. 0 cycle. Ooh, someone called Phantom Ryu because that's gotta be Kane. And there's our blue pendant, which means already within half an hour, we can now confirm the locations of all of the crystals.
Yeah. Swamp green pendant, Hera blue pendant, desert red pendant. So anything that are not those 3 are crystals.
Yeah, Eastern, Pod, Ice Palace, Misery Mire, and indeed Turtle Rock are all crystal dungeons.
Yep. Meaning Tairr needs to get over to the Ice Rod Cave to get his Ice Rod. At some point, anyway.
Yep. And big 20 from Agnes Cave, so not helpful there. Also, chat's correcting you here a little bit. It's Skull Woods that's the green pendant, not Swamp.
Yep, Swamp is a 5/6 crystal. Still looking for that Swamp small key, though, to get in.
Yep.
3 of the players have found the big key, but the only thing that does is give you access to that one big chest.
Yeah, you need the small key to get past that first door as Tairr is finally making his play up to Death Mountain. All right, since we're seeing a lot of already done areas here, not much new material, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you folks, if you're enjoying our 4 runners here today, make sure you give all of them, xirtanul, Tairr, Caladryus, and fcoughlin, a follow here on Twitch. They're running hard for your entertainment, so show them some love, folks. Answer a question in chat. No, mushroom has not been checked yet. It's a bit out of the way without the flute. So, and I think we're going to be waiting for that to come into play before we see the mushroom get checked.
Yeah, unless we start running real low on locations, you generally wait for the flute to come out before you go do that.
Fred now working on his blind fight. Does a fairly good job there. Didn't lose too much health. So he's going to be picking up his map and his first crystal.
Yep.
Now it's xirtanul's turn for the big blind. He's going to have to be very careful. He is dangerously low on health going into the fight. He may end up using that potion if he hasn't already.
That potion definitely gives you a little bit of security for hammer blind fight. Just knowing that you have the full heal there, it makes you play a little bit better because you don't have to be quite as careful. Takes a bit of the edge off your nerves. Cape would too if they had a sword to use with it, but they don't. Very good fight though.
Yeah, nicely done. Survived that. Tairr now going to make another play in Aga Tower here. He went up here earlier, didn't find much. Couldn't find much. Couldn't get to that second chest. But now that he's got the lamp, he'll be able to traverse this much easier. Oh, setting up an early death warp here is Tairr. He's got to be very careful with this, but we'll see how this works out for him.
At least with blue mail, he can...
Well, you say that! He's going to have to traverse this very carefully. He's going to try to snipe that soldier from the other side, but the torch, unfortunately, blocking him. But he does get him with the fire rod. All right, what's in this other chest? Just a piece of...
Tairr, please. Please.
He's probably thinking, not like this. Goes to set up a death warp, finds something that restores his health. He even tried to...
With blue mail, those bats don't do anything. Like, you're gotta be sitting there for a while trying to death warp on those.
Yeah, he made the right call. It's just safer. Oh, and he gets behind while he's at it. Wow, that just twist the knife, why don't you, game? All right, so he's going to head back in, probably checking the back end of escape. I think he was the one that died on Zelda's treasure chest, so he's going to go back in there and be fairly disappointed with what he finds back there. As xirtanul finally making his play into the hype cave, Fred just pulling that off himself. Speaking of, Fred finally giving us something new here. He's checking Pyramid.
Tairr getting hook shot.
Now, I bet the mountain's looking nice for him right here. Let's see what's on the pyramid.
A map.
Got a map. Fred's going to pick that up. And it's the map to Ice Palace. It's going to tell him what we already know.
xirtanul going to the bomb vendor, finding a bit of information out. That swamp is a 5/6 crystal. Or he has the other one.
Yep. And Fred now looks like he's going to be doing catfish. Kind of interesting to see this played now, but then again, not a bad play overall. If he gets something good out of it, great. What he's probably hoping for most is Mirror, because then he can turn right around and check Zora while he's there.
Yeah. No Titan Smith, so you can't pick the dark rock up there. Just have to bonk your way through the bigger rocks.
All right, Tairr gonna get his shield here from Zelda's treasure chest. Let's see what the catfish has for us. Meanwhile, xirtanul heading up to Pod, paying off everyone's favorite extortion is Kiki the monkey. And, ooh, we got a small key from Catfish for...
Pod.
Oh, it's Pod key. Hey, we'll not complain about that, which is going to be a problem for xirtanul because he's going into Pod and he's only got 2 keys going in.
So you can technically skip 2 small keys in Pod. One of them, if you never opened the front door, the door just to the right on xirtanul's screen there. And if you know how to hammer jump, you can skip a second one.
Yep. And then, of course, considering we've checked a lot of locations already, there's always a good chance that we might find a vanilla pot key in here.
Oh, yeah. Been seeing that fairly commonly recently. Tairr getting his big key to Hera.
Caladryus getting his blind fight there, gets his first crystal. We're getting a lot of items here. Oh, Fred did not pick up the cape. Oh, I don't know if he knows what's on Bumper Cape, but he's going to find out very quickly that that was a very good call.
Not sure he knows. I don't think he was up that way. I could be wrong, but I don't recall him going up that way.
And again, maybe that's the reason he's going to pick up the cape, because he now realizes he needs it. All right, xirtanul heading up the arrow hellway here in Pod. Let's see what he finds here.
Yep, 2 chests up here.
Find a piece of heart in the first one. And just 50 rupees, so not much so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got a bonk across. Picks up another small key to Ice Palace. Not super useful, but you never know.
It makes getting around a little bit easier, but yeah.
All right, xirtanul gonna reset the room here so we can cross over. He's gonna check the back end here, and if he can hammer jump, he will be able to check out what's in the dark maze at the very least. Seeing as though he does not have the big key to Pod from what my tracker's showing.
Yep. Our bottom 2 runners do.
Well, there's the map to Skull Woods. That's useless. We already know what's down there. Let's see what else we find. We find 5 rupees and just a compass to GT. That is absolutely useless.
Yep, that's gonna tell us 0 items are gonna be picked up in GT unless they really, like, hope for red mail or a sword on the way up, in which case a couple chests would be checked.
So xirtanul skip going ahead and using the key for the dark maze. He's gonna have to come back later, but I guess he already kind of assumed that. And we finally have our fighter sword 43 minutes in.
I would actually consider doing Ganon at this point just to get the Master Sword.
I would definitely consider the idea.
But yeah, for Keysanity, I would highly recommend learning Hammer Jump. It saves you a key, which could save you anywhere from, a couple seconds if there's a vanilla key somewhere in Pod, to quite a few minutes and a lot of aggravation.
Yeah, also, we didn't notice this, but I think Tairr checked the ether tablet on his way up to Hera, and it's Quake.
Ooh. Don't know what any of the medallions are to get into Meyer or T-Rock are yet, so that could be quite useful.
Absolutely.
That would act like that is pointing me towards saying yes, Aghanim is required if a Quake ends up being important. I mean, Bombos, as Tairr just found, was in Hera Big Chest, so as long as Meyer and T-Rock are both Bombos, great. If it's
Though
Quake...
now that we know we can get all 3 pendants at this point, we have a question we have to ask. What could be on the pedestal?
Flute.
Flute, flippers. Oh, Trolldorm strikes again on Tairr. Yeah, flute's a possibility. Flippers are a possibility. Could be our last medallion. Quite a few things could still be on the pedestal.
Mirror.
Oh.
The big key to Meyer.
Oh yeah, we had several keys on there. At some point, you know, considering we have the book, someone might check that. All right, Tairr getting his red pendant from Trolldorm there.
Don't know if it's quite important yet, but he got the small key to Desert, which is a downside because he already went to Desert and cleared it.
Yeah, he may have to consider going back there. But he has 2 pendants. And we know the 3rd one's easy to get to. That pedestal hype is actually pretty decent right now.
There's a lot of stuff.
I would not be surprised if someone at least checks it, if not goes for it blind.
Yeah. The only person who'd be able to check it right at the moment is xirtanul, just because they have a sword. They can actually finish out Skull Woods. Everybody else is still looking for it. They need to get over to Pod.
Well, they can blind... Yeah, he's the one who could potentially blind pull it, but any one of them could check it at least, because they all have the book. They have to go out of their way for it, and I doubt they do that, but they could.
Like, with the sword and being able to go finish Skull Woods with it, xirtanul will possibly check it first. I don't know what I would do in that situation. If I would, you know, try finish a dungeon and just blind pull or check it first. Because it is green pendant, so that does give you another item if you go turn it in, and you would have to go back over that way anyway at some point for Eastern and Pod, so it's not really going out of your way to turn it in. With that amount of health, Mothula isn't too bad.
No,
11 hearts. Plus blue mail.
Hearts, yeah, I was going to say 11 hearts plus blue mail. Not a super difficult fight. I could see somebody going for it here. Tairr now going to make the Eastern Palace play. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the big key, so he can't go full clear it yet. But he can at least get all the items out of it, which sadly I don't think was much. All right, so both Caladryus and xirtanul are now working on Desert. Now, xirtanul has a slight advantage here. He doesn't have the big key, but he can at least check the right side, so he might find something there.
Yeah, if there's a sword upgrade over here, that could be big.
It could be. Could save him a lot of trouble later on. Let's see. We're going to watch xirtanul's side very carefully here. What's he find in this first chest? Powder!
Yeah, that's big.
Fetch quests continue.
Just the ability to heal in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and a compass to Skull Woods.
Powder is definitely worth.
Yeah, the powder could be something big here, so we'll see as Fred now picks up his bow from the bumper cave. And Caladryus now working his way into the back end of this desert. He's heading off to the landmills. Now, he's going to be in trouble because he does not have the bow, so he's going to have to rely on hammer strats and rod strats to be able to take them out.
At least Fire Rod is pretty useful here, so...
Tairr picking up the pod, big key from Easter. Now that opens some things up for him because he has at least 2 keys going in. He might pick up one more along the way. And if he does things right, he could full clear pod very quickly. Fred now making the Aga Tower play. I think he actually, now that I think about it, he was the one that didn't go up here before. He's going to be heading right for that chest and realizing there's nothing here.
Yep.
So I hate to say it, based on what we've seen so far, I think Skullwoods is the play to make, and I think we might be seeing our blind pedestal pull.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, once they find Titan Smiths, T-Rock might become viable, you know, if it's almost to get in. But without those Smiths, we ain't seen that.
Yeah, that's another item. What if that's what's on the pedestal?
Yeah.
So many possibilities here. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Pedestal can just have so much on it, and so much of it is worthwhile. There's always the chance that it's a Meyer small key or something, but chances are good that it's actually good.
Yeah, the pedestal hype index is pretty high right now, all things considered, which I have not seen a pedestal run in forever. Not even in the open mode tournament. It's been a while since I've seen a pedestal seed on my end. So I'd love to see one this seed. So I think the question comes down to who goes at first.
Xirtanul's definitely in the theoretical lead for going to it, but when Tairr picks up the sword, that'll probably be on his mind to go take out Skullwoods next. Week 1 of the tournament actually had a few either Aga required or Pedestal required, or both, in the case of my seed.
All right, so both Fred and Tairr working on pod right now. Caladryus doing the Aga Tower play. And xirtanul finishing up here in Eastern. They're trying to exhaust as many options as they can. But again, we've seen all of this. We know what they're going to find. Who's going to be the brave one to make the play? Oh, Tairr taking a death in pod. Not what he was hoping for there.
So a little bit of butting mashing there afterwards. Not a huge amount of time gone, but it's still annoying to have to run through this again.
Indeed. Every second counts in these races, I can tell you. I can say without certain, xirtanul and Tairr on pretty even levels of skill here. So every decision, every move, you know, it's like I always say, when it comes to these races, it's about what routes do you take, what gambles do you make, which ones pay off. Every second counts.
Ooh, xirtanul never looked to see what was on Lumberjack Ledge.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's got to factor into a move here.
Yeah, he now knows he can get that.
Yeah.
If he really wants to go out of his way for it, he could. xirtanul now, he's going to go ahead and turn in that powder. He's going to check the bat cave here shortly, and we're going to see if this has anything of interest.
Fred setting up for hammering up. Gets it. Big key to Skull Woods.
Oh. Doesn't open up much, but does give him access to one more potential item location here.
Yep. Hasn't really, nobody's gone to beat Skullwoods yet because lack of sword. So getting that now is pretty nice.
Yeah, we find big 20 from the bat, so that did not pay off in the end, unfortunately. So again, what is xirtanul's next move? When will he make the call?
Harmless Hellway has small key to Skullwoods.
All right, xirtanul looks like he's heading back over to Desert now that he has that big key. He's going to go take care of that, which for him is not a bad call. Again, we got that other pendant, so he's going to need that if he wants to make his play on Pedestal.
Tairr sang up for hammering up.
And executed rather poorly, I must submit.
It is incredibly hard to set it up. You have to be vertical pixel perfect on 2 different movements. And you're on a strict time limit because the floor is falling out from underneath you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as difficult if it wasn't for that minor factor there. That crumbling floor makes it so much harder to set it up because you have to get it just right, and you're only going to get one shot before you have to reset everything.
Yep.
But I think he got it this time. There we go. Much better.
Pause buffering helps, but it only helps so far.
Yeah, he's certainly doing a better job than I would have done, so don't mistake me to think I'm insulting Tairr. I know he's a good runner. He's certainly doing better than I would do. We got Swagnet from Fred on the central island there, and unfortunately he's not happy with that. He's dropping a bomb on that because he wasted a key for that, unfortunately.
Tairr death warping out.
Yep. And xirtanul now heading up to Landmolus.
Tairr possibly going up to check Catfish from here and Pyramid.
He's gonna hate that because he's gonna realize he didn't have to. He could have waited to go into pods, and Catfish is holding one of the pod keys. All right, xirtanul now taking on Landmolus here, having a little bit of trouble, unfortunately. Can't quite do those several arrows on track. You gotta have to predict how they're gonna pop out so you can hit them just as they hit.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do. Oh, wait a minute. Caladryus is turning into Mushroom here. Let's see what he gets. Just a heart container. He's going to stock up some red potions. xirtanul finishing off Landmolus, getting his red cane, and getting his his next pendant there. Truth be told, while Desert is a pendant dungeon, that red cane means that it is a required dungeon to complete. Yep. Since we know both Mire and Turtle Rock are crystals.
Yep. All 4 runners have completed it, so everybody has their cane.
Phantom Ryu would be proud.
And with Fire and Ice Rod being so early, T-Rock shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's not like you have to go Laser Bridge and hope the Ice Rod is there. Indeed.
Caladryus is now going to be checking out Zora here. Now, he's got the money for it, and he has exactly enough money for it to the rupee. The other thing is that he has the boots, and there is a trick to do a water walking glitch from the waterfall. It's not something you see very often, but if he knows how to do it, he could get that item early. Probably won't because it's just a map, but you never know. Let's see what the fish has. And it's a minor scam.
Only a minor one. I mean, he gave you 3/5 of your money back.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a minor scam. It's a scam, but it's not a big one. Now, xirtanul is open to Aga Tower. The question for him is he going to go all the way up? Or is he going to stop here? I think he's going all the way. Nope, no. Never mind.
I feel like if they don't find any sword upgrades for a while, 300 rupees in big chest in Skullwoods, so not the worst thing, I guess. Potion money. No. If they don't find swords for a while, I feel like we might see 1 or 2 runners actually go for it just to get a master sword, so they don't have to worry about looking for it in GT or in dungeons or something like that. Like, there's a fairly good possibility of a Master Sword being a Go mode item at this point.
Yeah, and to be fair, at least here we know where a sword is. I remember a seed back in the fall open mode tournament where they literally did not have a sword until after GT. Or they didn't have a Master Sword until after GT. And the last one, I think you had to find the mirror in GT and then check Mirror Cave to finally find it. And it looks like Tairr is going to be our first one to make the play to Mothula here. Could Tairr be going for the blind pedestal pull? That's the question. Oh, and it looks like he's not the only one. Caladryus heading into the back, but he doesn't have a sword, so he won't be able to do that. But let's see how Tairr does here with Mothula. Already running dangerously low on health, and he's already used his potion, so he's in... Or no, has he? Yeah, he's out. So he's going to have to play very carefully. Never mind! He's out.
Yeah, at that point, I would just take a death and try it again.
While we wait for that, give me just 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
So we've got xirtanul going into the Dark Lord portal north of town. Tairr is working his way back through the back part of Skullwoods, trying to farm up some magic and health, which is a pretty good plan, because Mothula, even if you know what you're doing in the Mothula fight, it's a pain. Caladryus, a room behind Tairr. And is Fred gonna go check Pedestal? Yeah, Fred, fcoughlin checking Pedestal, so let's see what we got. Is Zero gonna be big or a huge letdown? Wow. Wow, okay. Sure, fine. It's a bottle with a red potion in it. Thanks, Pedestal. Thanks for letting us all down. Ugh. Wow. All our hopes, all our dreams were on that pedestal, and it's a red potion. Fine. So, when Tairr gets this pendant and goes to turn in, and all he gets for his troubles is a red potion.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you missed the pedestal.
What was it?
A red potion.
Oh, come on! Really?
Yeah. Fred checked it and then proceeded to bomb it. Which, yeah. Tairr's gonna blind pull it anyway, and I imagine the reaction's not gonna be great either.
No, probably not.
Same with xirtanul here. You go through Fighter Sword Mothula. You go through not having a sword for most of the game. You think, okay, fine, there's gonna be something on Pedestal. No. No, you get nothing. Good day, sir.
You lose! Good day, sir!
So our top race pretty much in sync. Tairr and xirtanul both fighting Mothula.
Yeah, but xirtanul getting a slight lead there, but we still have that green pendant in play now, so xirtanul may have something here at the end.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, because there's certainly nothing on the pedestal worth it. No mirror, so you have to save it quick. You get to go all that way back now.
I think that's what's going to cause the most frustration from both of our runners, knowing that, yeah, they didn't get anything after all that work, and they had to go out of their way to find that out. At least Fred took the advantage and learned ahead of time, so now he knows he won't be suffering as much.
Yeah. If you got mirror in here, it wouldn't be so bad. Like, I would still consider going to get it because, hey, free potion. But... ugh.
And it looks like xirtanul's going to be the first one to learn the devastating truth.
Look, Lise, you can pinpoint the exact moment that his heart rips in half. There it is.
There. Oh, you can just see him standing there like, what the hell?
I just went through all that for this.
He's just standing there in complete shock. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said we found mirror.
Tairr found mirror?
Oh, he went to Hasala. So Hasala has the mirror.
Ooh.
So there was some worth after all.
Yeah, there was, just not in the right place.
xirtanul, you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna stand there?
I feel like that, the pedestal text is pretty accurate. You see this red goo in a bottle? Yeah, we do.
Alright, Fred now gonna turn in his green pendant, and he's gonna be happy with what he finds at least. And xirtanul's not gonna be happy.
Yep. With the hammer out, I wonder if Tairr's even gotta go check. Or if he's just gotta go back in Dark World. Yeah, he's not even gotta go check. Or is he? Is he just gonna mirror out? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get. He's gonna hate it. Ooh, Caladryus now heading over to Spike Cave. Ooh. This could be interesting. Oh, and Fred just bombed the Ether tablet, finding out what's there. All right, what does Caladryus find? The Titan Spits!
Oh, yeah, Spike Cave's got stuff. Here it comes.
Once again, the moment you feel the pain.
There it is. Is it Tairr's like, whatever, I got the real price out of the green pendant. Whatever.
Pretty much.
Yo, Desert was required to beat because you got Cane from the boss. Green pendant had mirror.
Yeah, but we're going to see a lot of different items here. We found the single arrow in the King's Tomb. xirtanul about to check Graveyard Cave, and Fred now working on the Tairr basement. If
Bombos ends up being required for Meyer or T-Rock, you would have had to grab it out of the big chest in Hera anyway, so it's entirely possible that you would have needed to at least go into all the pendant dungeons, if not beat them.
Okay. Oh, Tairr checking out Lumberjack here. I think he might be considering an Aga run now. All right, Fred now picking up his Titan's bits from the Spike Cave here shortly. So now I think the question is, with how few items we have, which one goes for the Master Sword? Which one goes for the Aga run?
I'd heavily be considering it. And we have a sub. Rip Art just subbed with Twitch Prime. Thank you for supporting Speed Gaming.
Indeed, thank you. Beat me to it there. Oh, Caladryus now gonna take the Froggy on a world tour here because he didn't have the mirror yet. But he is gonna do the Peg Cave while he's at it, so we're gonna get a few new locations checked here.
So, fun fact, if you try to item dash without a sword, you're just gonna bonk off stuff.
We also find a small key in the Mirror Cave for Swamp. Oh,
ooh, that's big.
That is big. When we find those flippers, that's going to be a big play there for xirtanul. Oh, xirtanul's going to check Bombo's tablet, see what it has.
Yep. Can look and see what it has, but can't get it yet.
Let's take a look. Just a big rupee hoard. So one of the tablets completely useless, the other one could potentially be useful.
Yep. Now, if you had Master Sword here, he wouldn't have to be getting the money out of this cave, but... nope. Get your 50 rupees from there and go. Or 45.
Alright, let's see what the Smiths have for us here. This Caladryus going to turn that in now. And they have been working on the Ether Coin! So that means we now know the locations of all 3 medallions.
And then both dungeons are gonna be Quake. Just to make you do Aga, to get the Master Sword, to go up to the Ether tablet and get it.
You get that feeling too, huh? If this seed likes to troll, it's gonna troll like that. Yeah, because we still have not found any other swords, so there's a good chance it's going to be in one of those dungeons that you need those coins to get to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Caladryus avoiding Skull Woods. He has not gone back there yet because he doesn't have a fighter sword yet. He hasn't been to Pod. And unfortunately, that's going to cost him because you need that green pendant to get the mirror from Sir Hasala. That's just going to cost him more and more time.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
So
Caladryus grabbing his bow from Bumper Cave in a minute.
Yep, well, I was going to say, while he's doing that, he's also taking the purple chest on a bit of a world tour of its own. I hate to say it, but I think that the Aga play's got to come in at some point. They need to make that play. I know they don't want to, but they may have to. I think the only other dungeon they can do potentially, if they have the right medallion for it, is Turtle Rock. But even then, that's a big if.
Yeah, Caladryus and fcoughlin are the two who could do it. They both have mitts, but...
And that's even if the Ether medallion is the correct medallion, because that's the only one they have. They didn't get Bombos from, I believe that was Tower of Hera.
Tower of Hera, big chest, yep. Neither one of them have the big key for it.
I'm going to say it right now, I don't expect this to be a short seed. We're looking at probably at least a 230.
It depends. I feel like if they get the sword from Lumberjack, things will open up more. But at the very least, it's... I don't know. It's security, in fact, that, you know, you can actually kill stuff without hitting it with a Fisher-Price sword a whole bunch of times. Though even if they do have Master Sword and they end up going to T-Rock, as somebody much wiser than me has stated before, there is no such thing as Fighter or Master Sword Trinex. There is only Hammer Trinex at that point.
Pretty much.
And that's saying that Quake isn't the medallion to get into T-Rock.
xirtanul and Tairr both doing basement at roughly the same time. Got a virtual high five going on here. And Caladryus finally, it looks like he's going to finally make the pod play. He's going to be picking up his spider sword here soon, hopefully. And I think Tairr actually did do a coffee break or a bathroom break while he was waiting for that tile room, because he's just standing there. There he goes.
It's a good time to do it. Get up, stretch your legs. Just a 5-arrow upgrade.
Well, Fred's heading up Death Mountain. Will he be checking Total Rock here shortly? He has to hope this is Ether, or else he's going to be looking for those other... He's going to be thinking of those other medallions.
Come on, Quake. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Let the trolling continue. Give us Quake, please. All right, moment of truth. What is it? It's...
Almost! And he still can't get in anyway.
Yeah.
He has to go to Tower of Hera, get out the big chest.
Yeah, but he doesn't know it's there, but he leaves a bomb behind. Yeah, wrong behind a bomb there, Fred. But what he is going to do is he's going to check the Super Bunny Cave and the Hookshot Cave, which we have not seen yet. These could be good items here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what he finds here in the Super Bunny Cave. We've got 300 rupees. Well, always more money doesn't hurt. And a big 20, but we need something more than that.
I mean, Meyer could still be Quake, so Dream's not dead there yet. xirtanul getting their Titan Smiths, and Bombosing for good measure.
All right, big 20 to start things off here in the Hookshot Cave. We find small key. Oh, hey, there's another of our pod keys. That's nice. A 10 bomb upgrade. And oh no! It's the Master's Sword.
Aga's more or less gone now. That ain't happening.
Yeah, Agassi dead. Rest in peace.
Unless you really can't find anything else and you want to go into GT with Tempered.
Yeah, but knowing these runners, that's going way out of their way for that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most of our chat is not happy about this. As Fred now picking up the shovel there from the floating island. We'll see if that comes into play later. And he's heading right back over. He's getting that Quake medallion.
Caladryus getting their big key Tairr out of Dark Escape Room. Just gotta go straight there.
They're getting his Ether medallion there from the swordsmiths. As xirtanul heading to the Hookshot Cave, he's going to be very happy with what he's about to find. The sad part is, I knew it was coming too. I felt it. I felt they were going to find that Master Sword somewhere soon, and I was kicking myself for thinking, oh, Caladryus is getting dead rocked. All right, Fred now wasting no time. He's going to check that shovel spot here in the Sacred Grove. Let's see what it digs up. Just a piece of heart.
So, xirtanul deciding to go for Tairr. With the Vamos medallion, they can.
He's got 2 keys. He's got the big key. You'll have to skip the lava room chest. That one chest, as we like to call it. But other than that, he could full clear it. And that's including Mimic Cave.
Yeah, going into Tairr with 1 less key means you either grab that chest or you finish the dungeon. And if there's something good in that chest, you really hope there's nothing good in that chest.
Pretty much.
Tairr going to Ice Rod Cave.
He's going to be happy with this decision.
Only gonna find vanilla soft serve here.
I think part of him was like, really? You can notice he hesitated there for a second. All right, so right now, pretty much all eyes are on xirtanul's screen right now, since everyone else is doing stuff we've seen. He's the one with the new hotness. So it looks like everyone else is slowly heading that way.
Yeah.
Fred's gonna have to make a stop in Tower of Hera to pick up that Bombos to medallion. But we got triple bombs and ooh, we got a big key to Misery Mire. That's actually useful.
Yep. We know all 3 medallions are accessible at the moment, so it really doesn't matter which one Mire is.
Fred indeed making that play up to Tower of Hera now. He's going to be happy he made that call since he'll be getting that medallion. I doubt he'll go through the whole dungeon, though. There's really no need to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, xirtanul does have to be a little careful here in the chain shot room since they can do a lot of damage, but he does get a big 20 for it. Nicely done. Nice use of the invincibility from those switch blocks to kind of protect him from that. So if he's smart, he might pull his powder out and powder those anti-fairies coming up to get him some health back.
Yeah, while Tairr can deal a ton of damage, you also get a lot of chances to recover in here, as long as you have powder.
Indeed, he is going to power those parries, gets his health max back out. He's going to grab this key here. Now comes the moment of truth. Decision time. Does he go for the vanilla big key chest, or does he go? Nope, he is going skipping that, and I don't blame him at all.
On one hand, it's more items, but on the other hand, that one chest is going to be on your mind the rest of the game until you are in GT with the GT big key. Like, what is in there?
Yeah. It's always hard when you have to skip a chest like that, especially stuff like, you know, Ice Palace big chest, Thieves Town big chest, that one chest there in Turtle Rock. Those are chests that very often you have to skip for one reason or another, and it drives you nuts because you never know what's in there.
Yep.
All right, so next stop for xirtanul is the Mimic Cave. Gonna try to lure these green mimics up here in one spot so he can just hammer them very quickly. All right, let's see what he finds. Just a piece of heart. And now Fred, he's got all 3 medallions. He's making his Turtle Rock play at last. As Caladryus finally making his play into Skull Woods. And he's gonna learn, I don't know if he's checked the pedestal yet, but he's gonna learn the harsh truth on that regard.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty.
Alright, so let's see what xirtanul finds here in this other roller room. Ooh,
Flippers!
flippers! So, ladies and gentlemen, this sea just opened up wide.
You go swamp after this. You just go straight to swamp, bunch of stuff. 5-6 crystal, you already have the other one. 2 more chests at Pyramid Fairy. You just go do swamp after this, no question.
Yeah, the 2 dungeons that he could do, I definitely agree. Swamp is definitely up there. Though also Ice Palace is also in play. Let's bear that in mind too.
Yeah, I'd still do swamp first.
I can't say I blame you there. But now for the laser bridge. 5 arrow upgrade to start. We got a small key. Hey, there's our other pod key. Pod's looking good now. Oh, but these lasers not giving him much love here. Gonna go ahead and close the cave. Another 5 arrow upgrade. And last but not least, the red meringue. And xirtanul playing it safe. He's going to create the exit out here to this one area. Oh, no, he's going to...
He can't continue. He needs another key.
Oh, he's still short a key.
Yeah, you need 3.
So even after skipping that one chest, did not pay off for him here. Fortunately, the same is going to hold true for our other 2 runners as well. Still, with flippers now in play, that does open up quite a bit for these guys. So that we'll see how that turns out for them later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now going to pick up that shovel that he missed on the floating island. We know that's not going to be worth much, unfortunately. All right, so chat pointing out what we need at this point. We need the flute, the misery. We obviously already have all the medallions, though. xirtanul may need to pick up a couple to move on. We need the Eastern Palace big key and at least 1 more small key for Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Chad, yeah, I think I agree with Chad. I think this might have been if we don't find that Turtle Rock big key, small key outside of any of the dungeons that need flippers, it could be a forced double dip.
Yeah, there's a real good chance that you have had to go into T-Rock, grab flippers, and then come back in after Swamp. But we'll see. Tairr making his way through Mimic Room.
And Fred now working his way up. He's about to pick up his flippers pretty soon.
He's far in dig spot.
Yeah, we already saw that.
Yeah.
Fred got that earlier, I think.
Taking a couple of slashes at the flipper chest there.
Can't say I blame him on that one. But it looks like xirtanul's going to be making the Swamp Palace play at last. All right, let's see what Tairr's reaction is. Yeah, he's just... Tairr is not one for reactions, it seems.
Yep, subtype to go up.
All right, so xirtanul now opening up the dam, heading and getting ready to head into Swamp Palace.
Yep, he has the big key so he can clear it.
In fact, he has this. Yep, so he can also. Yeah, he has the small key so he can clear it. I think is more important, but he has the big key so he can also check the big chest. I think is what you're implying.
Well, I mean full clear, yeah. It's just one of those things that if you find a big key after you've already cleared dungeon, it's like, do I really want to go back?
It happens a lot. You find map to Hyrule Castle. Hey, anyone hungry? There's a burrito for you. So once again, I would say xirtanul is the one that has a bit of a lead here because he's at least a dungeon ahead, as he's already in the swamp while Tairr's going to have to make his way down there, and he's probably going to be checking a few other places along the way.
Yeah, the seed seems to be leading all the runners more or less in the same direction at this point. They've kind of hit the choke point here.
Yeah, every randomizer seed that I see tends to reach this point where the seats may start open, but at some point tends to, as you say, reach a choke point where it becomes linear. And that's what we're seeing here.
So, Tairr coming up here gets Quake Medallion. Caladryus trying to stop for Hammer Jump.
And doesn't quite get it, unfortunately. Let's see what we find here. 10 arrow upgrade for xirtanul. So not finding much here, but we still need to find that flute. That's the big one right now. And he's going to save left side for later. He's going straight to the back. Admittedly, a small gamble on his part, but thankfully, left side swamp is not hard to get back to if he decides he needs to go back and check it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like Fred now making his way over to Swamp Palace as well. Let's see what xirtanul finds back here. 10 arrows and big 20.
Whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, Swamp not coming up with much here, unfortunately. It's been pretty dead so far, unless we find something big here. Nope, just the map the thieves down, which we've already got the crystal for.
Yep.
Though, thinking about it now, xirtanul finishing this dungeon up does open up one more location for me, if you think about it.
Pyramid Fairy?
Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah. Now, that's why you would do this before Ice Palace. You'd clear here, go up, grab Pyramid, mirror out, and then head down to Ice.
Alright, so xirtanul now working on Argus here. Fred making his way in. Tairr picking up... Oh, no, actually... Oh, is Tairr running Ice Palace?
Looks like it.
Oh, so we got a little divergence here. We might see something interesting out of this.
Eight items in Ice. We'll see what he gets.
Yep. And looks like it's going to be Silver's going to try to Silver Arrow strat. One shot, one kill. Down goes Argus. What does he drop?
A key.
A small key to Misery Mire.
Makes getting around a little bit easier, but not terribly required.
Yeah, but he does get his other 5/6 crystal there, so that's not too terrible.
Half magic in first chest in Ice.
Ooh.
That's nice to find in Ice. That's something you would want going in.
Indeed. xirtanul opting not to completely skip left side swamp. He's going to come back for that later if he needs to. We'll see if that's a mistake or not later on, but for now, he's heading off to what I would think is going to be Ice Palace. However, we are going to find out if that decision was a smart one, because Fred is going to check the left side. All right, so right now our eyes are on Tairr and on Fred. See what they find here. Tairr gonna most likely set up for the Ice Palace bomb jump here. One of the most notorious bomb jumps in the community. If you're gonna speedrun this game in any capacity, this is the one bomb jump you have to learn, and Tairr knocks it out first try every time. Nicely done. Now let's see what we find here downstairs. As Fred now is finishing up a left side swamp. We're about to find out whether or not xirtanul made the right call skipping this left side.
Okay. With one key going into Ice, you can kind of change the pathing you take here, make it a little bit easier to get around. Tairr electing to do that.
All right, moment of truth for Fred Coughlin here. We find, small key to turtle. Oh, yeah, there's our big Turtle Rock call key. So already xirtanul made a costly mistake. He's going to have to come back for that at some point if he wants to full clear it. And, oh, never mind. Tairr just found one as well.
If there's something in that Lava Island chest, that's important.
Absolutely.
Oh, another pet bull.
Caladryus about to be very disappointed. And we find a compass for desert. That's completely useless now. In fact, pretty much all the compasses are useless at this point. So now we're down to these two chests here, and of course that one chest in Ice Palace. Another one of those chests you have to go out of your way for, unfortunately. Ooh, another. So that's our last potion.
Free blue potion, I take it.
Oh, heck yeah.
So yes, that does mean a double dip into T-Rocks required for the flippers. And there's
the flute!
Real good thing that they have the Ice Palace big key going in, because if you had to come back for that, ugh.
That is that is like the second worst chest actually it might even be the worst chest to have to come back to. It's between this and Thieves Town, I think. But thankfully, all 4 of our runners have the Ice Palace Big Key, so they will inevitably pick up that flute at some point.
So right now, all we're looking for is Eastern Big Key.
Yeah, pretty much. That's our go mode item. And we find a small... Oh!
Yeah, speaking of.
The Thieves Town Big Chest is now in play. Also, Tyler Ruby, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the support. And a little bit of high five action from xirtanul and Tairr. Xirtanul going to be picking up his flute here shortly while Tairr is on his way to Cold Stare. Fred now finishing up over in Swamp. So aside from the essential items we already have here, the only items we're still missing are the Bloomerang, the Cane of Berna, and of course 2 swords, one of which we know the location of, and of course the red mail upgrade.
Also a couple small GT keys. Meyer small key or 2.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. Trying to count all those would just be nuts. Nice fire rod strats there from Tairr, making quick work here of Cold Stare. Nicely done.
That half magic really comes in useful there.
And he gets a small key to Pod. So now Pod is wide open as Fred is making his way over to the Pyramid Fairy.
xirtanul dropping down into Cold Stare now.
Yep.
Bombos first and save as much fire rod usage as you can.
And then Pyramid Fairy, we find our last shield upgrade and a map to Desert, which is, again, completely useless. All of them have already completed it.
And he bombs the fairy for good measure.
Seems to be a running theme we've gotten with this seed, isn't it?
A little bit.
So if I were these runners, I'd say Pod might be our next call here, since for Tairr especially, he has all 6 keys to Pod. I see no reason not to go back.
Oh, first order of business is go activate the flute, then yeah, head over to Pod.
Fair point, fair point. And
actually,
Caladryus...
no, you don't go to Pod yet. You go finish, you go to Meyer, you go to Swamp. Because if the big key for Eastern is in Meyer, that means you can go to Pod, mirror out, go straight to Eastern. So no, you don't go to Pod yet. You save that for last.
All right, for xirtanul now activating his flute. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to say it for the first time. The goose is loose! And hopefully everyone rose there for the link to the past national anthem. And xirtanul is indeed heading up to Meyer. He's only missing one of the medallions. Which one is it for Meyer? All right, and we got a heart container and another GT small key there in the higher shack.
You really want one. Past that, it's nice, but...
Bombos required for both dungeons.
Huh.
All right, Xirtanul now going to check out Checkerboard Cave. And just another map. He obviously, at this point, that is completely useless. We already know where all the crystals are at this point.
Yep.
But it will be Xirtanul that makes the first play into Misery Mire. Again, the only thing we're really looking for at this point is the Eastern Palace Big Key. Once we find that, we will be in full go mode.
Yep, and that could be in any number of places. Could be a first chest here. Could be, you know, drop off the bus and pod. That's the quote-unquote joy of Keysanity.
Gotta love that sarcasm, man. It's a wonderful thing. All right, so we're looking through here now. We got a lot of chests to check. Where is that key?
Not there.
Nope. Just 10 arrows there, it looks like. All right, Fred now working on Ice Palace. Caladryus finally into his first play of Turtle Rock. Heart container for Xirtanul.
16 hearts.
Not too bad, all things considered.
$17 hearts.
All right, guys, gonna check the big chest over here. Ooh, red mail in the big chest.
That's not bad, though. With 17 hearts, you can argue that's not really what you want to find, but
never required, nice. But never something you're going to turn down right away. And a 5-arrow upgrade there. Now, I don't think Xirtanul check the big vanilla big key chest.
No.
Ooh, that's a gamble he's making there.
If there's something in that chest, or if there's something in the T-Rock big key vanilla chest, Xirtanul's in a bit of trouble.
Well, he is going to check this chest here on the bridge because he's got the hook shot for it. But if it's not there, then nope, that's the bloomerang. So Tairr might be able to take the lead here if he gets that key first. All right, moment of truth time for Tairr. What's he find? Just a big 20. So it looks like Xirtanul will maintain his lead unless he thinks he missed it and goes back for that key, or goes back for that chest. So that begs the question, where is that Eastern Palace big key?
Tairr picking up his red mail.
Yep, and Xirtanul now making his way up the stairs. He is about to reach Vitreous. Luckily for him, he has the silver arrows, so this fight should be no trouble whatsoever. With the silvers, Vitreous is a complete joke.
Yep. The small eyes die in one hit. The big eye dies in two.
All you gotta do is just watch out for the small eyeballs coming towards you, and then occasionally dodge that lightning bolt from the big one. And he doesn't even have to worry about that. He finishes them off real quick. Very nicely done. Immediately switches to the mirror in preparation. And he gets a small key. Oh, it's a vanilla small key, so no good there. But nonetheless, he gets his fourth crystal here. Wow, we're almost 2 hours in and we're only at 4 crystal. Think about that. Like early on, we thought this was gonna be a real quick seed, and then it just suddenly grinded to a halt.
Most other modes, you get a ton of items early. You're like, oh man, this is gonna be good. No, Keysanity doesn't work that way. You get a lot of items early. The issue is you don't have the keys to use them. You're almost better off getting a bunch of keys early on and just finding the other stuff as you go, because you can deal with a limited item pool, you know, of stuff available to you. That's fine, you'll adapt. But without the keys, you can have everything, but without a key, you're not going anywhere.
Pretty much.
So you almost don't want to find a bunch of stuff early like the runners did here, because you know it's just gonna be a slog.
Yeah, this seed kind of proved that. Fred now activating his flute as Caladryus is working on the laser bridge. And xirtanul is back in pod. Also, I gotta laugh at one of the comments in chat. Yeah, Vivi with the red mail kind of rocking the Papa Smurf look.
A little bit, yeah.
Alright, so xirtanul now working his way into the back end of pod here. Tairr about to reach Vitreous. Let's see what the big lizard has. Again, we've got a pretty good setup here. We've got the hammer. We've got silver arrows, which means one shot on Helmisar King will finish him off. The question is, what does he drop? If he doesn't drop anything, it's back to Turtle Rock. But if he drops that big key, then xirtanul's going to mirror right over to Eastern, hit go mode, and wrap this up. So that's what he's hoping for. All right, Caladryus now heading into Ice Palace. Fred on his way to Mire as Tairr finishes up Vitreous, gets his crystal, and most likely he'll be following xirtanul back to pod. All right, here we go. xirtanul taking on the Helmisar King now. Setting up those hammer strats there, trying to knock that mask off. Switches right to silvers. Oh, couldn't quite get it. Needs to hit that center green gem there. Oh, almost got it. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Down goes Helmisar. Took him a few shots, but he got it. What does the big lizard drop? Just 5 rupees. It's back to Turtle Rock we go. Oh, but it looks like xirtanul's going to head back into pod because there's still a few chests he has not checked yet, so he's going to check those out first.
Yep, still 3 locations left to check, 11 to 14.
That's where those compasses do come in handy to give you an idea of what you may have missed. Though I'm almost certain most of our other runners have checked all the chests in here, so I don't think he's going to find anything. Answer question, chat. No, this was not a pedestal seed. Pedestal had a red potion on it. Oh, but chat brings up a good point. There is still one chest that they may need to check. There's still Thieves Town big chest.
Yep.
I pray to God it's not there. I really do. I mean, I like trolling our runners, don't get me wrong, but there's trolling and then there's just cruel.
I would take Thieves Town Big Chest over Vanilla Vicky location in T-Rock. Any day.
One of them are good. Let's be completely fair here. And at least with Turtle Rock, you're going back to that anyway because they already have. They need to go back there to get that crystal. They've already cleared Thieves Town. You don't want to go back to a dungeon you've already cleared, go all the way out of your way just for one chest. However, there is still... I don't think anyone's checked this chest down here in Pod. Let's see what this is. Nope. Small key to Skull Woods. Complete garbage.
I want to say Caladryus checked it, or maybe. Somebody did check it. But I don't remember who.
All right. We have people asking about this. Keysanity. Basically, the way this works is that all of the items, including all the dungeon item keys, compasses, and maps, are all now randomly shuffled throughout the world. So you have to go searching them out in order to complete the game. We have made some minor modifications, such as the maps and telling us which dungeons are crystals and which are pendants, and compasses telling us how many items we've yet to open. Uh-oh, is that it? No, Skullwoods! I think we already saw that. In fact, I'm almost certain we have. Yeah, Tairr already got it. Tairr and Fred have already gotten it, so not what we were looking for.
I want to say it was 300 rupees in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, now I remember. But, so basically the objective is to get everything you need to finish the game with all these random locations. And to answer another question, the second sword upgrade, second sword we were looking for is in the Hookshot Cave. That's the one Caladryus most likely missed. So obviously for Xirtanul, his next stop's going to be going to Skull Woods, not going to be disappointed finding nothing but money in here in this big chest, as Tairr is finishing up Swamp Palace since he did not do so before.
Tairr skipped left side swamp, so he's not going to find that fourth T-Rock big key unless he goes back in.
Could come back to haunt him. Same with Xirtanul, because we know Xirtanul will skip that as well. And all things considered, that might be the difference maker.
Yeah, if Easter big key ends up being in that chest.
All right, Xirtanul making the play. He's going to Thieves Town. He's going to try to see if he can find that, get that big chest and see what's hiding there. He is hoping that he is not wasting his time going all the way out here. And I think Tairr is about to make the same play.
Yep, looks like it.
They are desperately hoping that it's not in Turtle Rock, and if it is, they are going to be screwed because that means they need both those other keys, or they need that last key out of Swamp, which both of them skipped. All right, here we go. Xirtanul about to check. Was this a waste of time, or was this the right play? Inside we find a 5-bomb upgrade. The only saving grace for xirtanul is that his opponent, Tairr, is making the exact same mistake.
Yep, skipped left side swamp, missed that fourth T-Rock big key. Both of them going into Thieves Town. Yeah.
I think we can safely say at this point, in terms of all four of our runners, Fred is in the overall lead. While he's behind the other two runners, he's going to be able to full clear Turtle Rock faster than them. So he's got a chance to overtake them, but in terms of the top race, it's pretty 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what our runners are doing here. It looks like Tairr might be heading back into pod. You must have missed something, I guess. So what's xirtanul doing here? He's going to do the purple chest run. Not going to be happy with that call.
Yep, Tairr still has stuff to do in pod. Still has to go get the crystal.
Now, here's the question. xirtanul heading back over here. Could he reconsider going back in the swamp and checking left side? If he does, this could be the right call. And I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's going back in the swamp as Caladryus activates his flute, and Fred now finishing up in pod.
Chat asking if tablets have been checked. Yes. Ether had Quake, almost had a Rupee Horde.
Oh, wait, xirtanul's not going to swamp. I think he's doing Pyramid Fairy.
It is the quicker check.
He's not going to be happy with this call, unfortunately. Again, the play for them is Swamp Palace. They need to go back in, do left side swamp, and get that Turtle Rock key. Either that or they have to hope beyond hope that Trinex has that last key they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what xirtanul does next. All right, Fred now finishing up in pod, gets his next crystal. So all that's left for him is Turtle Rock and Eastern. I get the feeling he might be the first one to make that play. Indeed, that's where Fred's heading. He's heading back up to Turtle Rock at this time. So our eyes are on Fred right now. What will he find?
Dead rocks. Dead rocks mostly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dead Rocks, the unofficial mascot of the Randomizer, because they are the trolliest enemies in this entire game. I find them more trolly than Trolldorm, and I don't say that lightly. Oh, xirtanul's about to make the play back up to Turtle Rock as well, but he is going to be one key short, which means he's going to miss that one chest. If that chest has that Eastern Palace big key, then xirtanul is going to be screwed with a triple dip into Turtle Rock, whereas Fred can check that chest and possibly get through this in one go.
Well, Technically 2 goes. He did have to go into T-Rock earlier to get flippers, but...
You know what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, required T-Rock double dips are never fun. Triple dips, because of troll locations, are even worse. I mean, playing the odds, objectively it's correct to skip the big key chest if you only have 3 keys. Especially if it's a crystal. Pendant,
yeah, but unfortunately this is randomizer. Objective doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah. In Keysanity, odds don't mean anything at all.
All right, here we go. Let's keep our eyes on Fred. What will he find here? Moment of truth. Is this it? It is.
Oh God.
It is! Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen, if you check your watches or time devices of your choosing at this time, you will see that the time currently displayed shows that it is go mode time.
That is bad. That is bad for xirtanul and Tairr. They have to go back to Swamp and get that key. They do not have a choice at this point.
No, they do not. Oh, also thank you to old Mr. Sunshine for the $4.99 resub. Appreciate the support, but oh, I feel so sorry for xirtanul. He is going through here. He is desperately hoping that it's on Trinex, and now we know it is not.
Tairr might be doing the right thing. He might be going back into Swamp.
Yeah. Tairr might be taking the lead here in this one simple move.
Yep.
And yet, neither of them know it yet. Oh, Tairr getting his shield stolen. I don't know. Maybe he did that on purpose.
That was entirely intentional. I've seen a few players do that. That's intentional.
Nice use of the Cadus Amaria there to double hit those switches to get him right in position. So nicely done, Fred.
Yeah, this is huge on Tairr's part.
Yeah. xirtanul now finishing up on Trinex. Fred right behind him, starting his fight. What does the turtle snake drop this time? Also, thank you to Ginger Damas, our runner from last night, for the $4.99 sub. All right, down goes the snake. What does he drop? A small key to Ice Palace, and xirtanul is kicking himself right now. Now Fred getting his last crystal before heading off to Eastern. And I gotta love the comment from Ginger Damas in the chat. Who's generating the Week 5 saviors? They are bad people.
Okay, Tairr also had skipped the South chest in Swamp earlier as well, but didn't get anything out of that.
Nope. And xirtanul's heading back into Mire. He's checking that vanilla big key chest he skipped. Oh.
Give chat what they want, though. A bird toss. Yeah, xirtanul was playing real risky, skipping a lot of chests.
Yeah, you got to be careful when doing that because it will bite you, and here's the proof of it. I mean, you have to make a gamble every once in a while, but you have to be careful about making too many of them because they can come back to bite you hard. And as you can see, it's biting xirtanul super hard right now.
I mean, if they all pay off, you can get a real good time on a certain seat, but if they don't, the chests that you would leave behind are so spread apart that you're going to waste so much time just going between them. You know, skipping this chest in Mire, skipping left side swamp, skipping big chest Thieves Town, skipping big chest Skull Woods. Like, there are only 1 or 2 locations per dungeon, but they're so spread apart that you're just going to be taking your time to get everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. Even Problems IRL in the chat. Gambling is a big no-no early in Keysanity. I mean, later on in the race, when you feel like you've gotten most of everything, maybe you can get away with a gamble or two, but early on, you have to be very careful about the gambles you make, because if you make too many of them and take a lot of big ones, they can haunt you the entire race until a moment like this comes up where it just hurts.
Yep.
Anyway, Fred now working his way up, going to be taking on the Armos Knights here shortly. As Tairr has got his key, he is heading back up to Pod, and as far as the top race is concerned, he has officially taken the lead.
Yep. And small key for GT dropping off the Armos Knights.
Yep, but we have basically 100%ed this race, completed every dungeon, and now we're heading up. Luckily for Fred, he does not have to go digging for that big GT big key. They all already have it because they got it very early on. But there is one issue they have to deal with, is the fact that none of them have anything higher than Master Sword. Caladryus doesn't even have Master Sword yet. He's going to have to make sure he grabs that one from the Hookshot Cave before going any further, or hope that he finds one in Ganon's Tower during the Gauntlet run.
Yeah, I hope it's in one of the chests that you would check on the way up. I mean, there is always the option to go do Aga and get the chest, or get the sword off the lumberjack ledge.
All right, Fred now in the Dark World on his way to Ganon's Tower. xirtanul just about finished up here in Swamp. Tairr gets his big key. He is now in go mode. So it's looking like it's going to be Fred and Tairr are going to be our top 2 runners here. And unfortunately for xirtanul, he was doing so good, but he just made one too many mistakes.
Yeah, he gambled a lot, which put him in the lead for the time being, but that big key location, or the small key for T-Rock, sorry, leading to the big key for Eastern, is the big one that cost him. Tairr made the same mistake, but had fewer places to check, so he knew where it was.
So the question comes down to, will Fred check any of the chests on the way to see if he can grab that Tempered Sword? Or is he just going to go for it with Master Sword Silvers? I mean, if it was Silverless, I think he'd be a lot more inclined to check. But with his Silvers, he might consider skipping it.
and xirtanul slashing the chest with the small key in it.
Can't blame him.
No.
Got those frustration slashes because he knows he's behind now. Though Tairr has to be very careful. He's running dangerously low on health here coming up to this last area.
He does have powder, and there is an anti-fairy right in the bottom, so he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Or he can just ignore the anti-fairy. That's fine, too.
Hashtag, this is fine.
Okay, got
there
that
he
one.
goes.
That's fine.
All right, let's see Fred's execution here on the gauntlet. These Stalfos giving him a little trouble, but he gets through.
I've had some runners tell me that they feel like the gauntlet is the most fun part of the game, and I'm actually inclined to agree with that. It gives you the best chance of showing off what you can do.
Well, when you're going up the gauntlet, it's all about execution at that point. Yeah. I mean, that's when you know you're at your best.
Yeah, you're not looking for anything. It's just purely fighting and moving on.
Yeah, I mean, we all enjoy the adaptation needed for Randomizer, but by the time you get to GT, you're done with that feeling. You just want to end it, and being able to execute clearly just makes it. It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah. You don't have to devote as much thinking power to, okay, where can these items be? You're just thinking, okay, pure fighting, just keep going.
Tairr having a little bit of struggle there with try next, but he's on the last phase now. Just got a few good hammer shots in, and he'll be all done. Nice setup there, switching over to his mirror as soon as he finished up with try next, getting that last shot in.
Gets a small key for Ice Palace and his 6th crystal.
Caladryus now heading up into the Aga Tower right now.
Tempered in.
Ooh,
right chest there.
So Fred is now set. Good call checking that chest. He is all set to go. Very few runners need more than Tempered Sword if they can get it, so he is in good position. Yeah, this race is all but done. Ooh, cut that a little close there, did Fred. Almost got troll-armed, but he gets through. Is he going to check the inevitable conclusion? He is. Oh, no, he's going to bomb it and leave.
He's got bomb it.
Oh, Fred, you troll.
He doesn't need anything. He's got Tempered. He knows where Golden Sword is. He's got Silvers. There's literally nothing in there that can be of any use.
All right, and it looks like xirtanul managed to catch up here. He is right behind Tairr, going into Eastern Palace.
Yeah, he's maybe a minute behind right now. So it'll come down to execution.
It will, so it's not as bad as we thought, but Fred now on to Aga 2. Didn't get a good early setup there, but this second one might be a little bit better off. Gets one good hit on him. Nice double, takes him out. Down goes Aga 2, and now it's time for the big pig.
As Caladryus is almost to Aga 1, electing to do that to get the guaranteed Master Sword in Lumberjack.
Oh, he doesn't know. Though, in the end of the day, he might end up with Butter Sword if he decides to check all those chests.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, it'll be too little too late as Fred is now working on Ganon. And with Tempered Sword and as good a runner Fred is, this is going to be no problem for him. Nice setup there in the corner there. Going to have no trouble getting past these fire bats. just doing a ton of damage.
Okay, so xirtanul's roughly 45 seconds behind at the moment.
That's not bad at all. That is recoverable. Good execution or possibly a mistake on Tairr's part, and xirtanul can easily catch that up.
Or if Tairr doesn't grab Tempered out of the chest going up. That could easily be the difference between a Master Sword and a Tempered Sword Ganon fight.
And trust me, folks, that can make a huge difference, since Master Sword, you have to rely on spin strats to do a lot more to do any damage at all, which means Tairr will have a much longer of a fight in that regard. But that's only if he doesn't pick up that Tempered. If he does, then it's on. And down goes the pig. We have bacon for fcoughlin. He has finished this race, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as he enters the room, we'll get his official time. And he enters in there and finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 46 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, folks. Unfortunately, Fred has already said he will not have time for an interview. He's got to go take care of some things, so no chat with him tonight. So we're going to continue on with our commentary here and see how we do between xirtanul and Tairr heading off to Ganon's Tower. All right, Tairr now being the first of our top runners to head into Ganon's Tower, though xirtanul is right on his heels.
So Tairr goes in at 2:21:46. We'll see when xirtanul enters GT. A little bit harder to get through the Lionels with Master Sword because they don't want to take damage from it, so you just kind of bounce off them and take damage of your own.
Pretty much. Also, gotta give a shout out to Caladryus. Even though he's already lost the race and he's still got 3 dungeons left to clear, he's still got to finish this race.
So xirtanul's roughly 54 seconds behind going into GT.
That's not too bad. I've seen a lot bigger of difference made up for, so if he pulls his execution right, he could still make up for this race. And again, it could come down to one of these 2 runners grabbing the Tempered Sword from one of those chests, the other one leaving it behind and having to do Master Sword Silvers. Or heck, just them both having to do Master Sword Silvers and one of them just pulling it off much better.
Yeah, it's not something you gotta do often, but it's definitely something you want to practice at least once or twice, just to get the feel for the timing of the spins. Even trying it, Master Sword Silverless, it's rare that you would actually have to do that, but there are times, so.
Nice use of the fire rod there by Tairr, getting through land mode 2 without too much trouble at all. 0 cycle.
Yeah, with half magic, it makes that strategy a lot more viable. Get 1 cycle on the Wizrobe 2 room.
Nicely done there. Tairr very on point with his execution here. All right, will Tairr go for those chests? Will he go for a tempered? Will he get his tempered sword? No, he's gonna skip it.
Xirtanul, not quite one cycling land mode 2. 3 cycles, so not too bad. Yeah, this has got to come down to if he picks up that tempered sword or not in the top right chest.
Yeah, with him just around a minute behind, that is easily made up for with the Master Sword Silver Ganon. So if he grabs it, that could be the difference maker here. Hell, just the Smolorn 2 fight makes a difference there.
Yeah. Tairr takes down without too much trouble.
Tairr also skipping the inevitable conclusion chest. And our Fred is actually in the chat. Big congratulations to you there, Fred. Nicely done.
Yes, GG. And Xirtanul picks up tempered.
All right, that's the critical moment, folks. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. Is it enough for Xirtanul to steal this race from underneath Tairr's nose? It may not be enough for him to completely overtake the win, but it could at the same time be just enough. Depends on how he handles the Zakatsu fight, as Tairr is now off to Ganon. And I do agree with Willard J. Bradley in the chat. This doesn't guarantee Xirtanul's going to win this. Tairr, if he executes this properly, could still win this race with only Master Sword. But it does mean Xirtanul has a chance to come back from this if things go wrong for Tairr.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not over. It just means Xirtanul has just that much of an easier chance of this. The fight's just that much easier.
All right, Xirtanul finishing off Aga 2. Tairr using his cape there. Hopefully he should still have that blue from earlier. Which is what he's planning on. He's going to rely on that to kind of get through the rest of this race. But again, this is buying Xirtanul more and more time. It's going to be close. There's no doubt about it. It will be close.
Yeah. All right, 2 hits down for phase 3. There's 3. And 4.
And there is one other factor that chat's bringing up. Tairr could still take a fall here. It's not likely. Tairr's a pretty good runner. I don't see that happening, but it could happen.
Okay, 2 hits.
Ooh,
3,
it's gonna be
4.
Close. Oh, there it is! Tairr gets his bacon! All right, Tairr enters the door. He's going to finish with a time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG to Tairr.
As Xirtanul gets their 4th hit on Ganon, get their time shortly when they're through the door. Xirtanul finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, 41 seconds.
Yeah, both of them gonna get themselves a bit of a smoke after that one, but they will be joining us here shortly. Can't blame them after this intense a seed. Now, to answer the comment in chat, yeah, xirtanul did not make up enough time to win, but he did make up a lot with only a 30-second difference between the two of them. That is a huge amount of time caught up there, considering how close they were to begin with.
Yeah, that was real close.
All right, Caladryus now finishing up there on Vitreous. Yeah, and truth be told, a couple of little things that xirtanul did was what has also cost him. Like how long he sat there at the pedestal. In that amount of time, he could have been going through and finishing the scene. He could have actually won this based just from not doing that.
Yep, there was the break Tairr took in the Hera tile room as well.
Yeah, exactly, Will. And a lot of things could have happened to change the outcome. Which is kind of sad when, you know, there's a lot of things that were, you know, it's one thing if it's something beyond your control, but when it's something you could have done or not done to change things, that would have made all the difference. All right, and we have Tairr joining us here in the channel at this time. Tairr, congratulations on your win, my friend.
Yes, GG.
What?
Congratulations on my friend. Can you hear us? Okay, I think Tairr's having some... Oh, okay, so apparently he's having some mic issues there, unfortunately.
Pachu, say something?
Hi, Tairr. GG.
Why can I hear you but not Shades? Seriously, I can't hear him. I see him his lamp turning on, but I can't hear anything.
Tell him to
and I don't have a block or something.
Try restarting Discord or something, maybe?
Yeah, I will try. Just
okay.
a moment.
It happens, folks. Discord is still a rather new voice chat program. It has its bugs. All right, Tairr, can you hear me now?
No, can't hear him.
Okay. You still can't hear me?
You still can't hear him, Tairr?
No.
Oh. Do you have any does he have any block or something?
I'm
What's
not
going
trolling.
on?
I can't seriously don't hear him.
No.
I guess you need to hear me.
Pachu, I'm gonna let you do this interview then, because obviously I'm no help here.
Alright, so what did you think of that seed, Tairr?
It was total B.
Yeah. What'd you think of the pedestal?
Oh, gave me some twink away.
It's like we were expecting, oh man, there's gotta be something good on it. Then, red potion. Yeah. I want to say fcoughlin did a check before, so we knew it was on it, but everybody else just blindfolded. At least the green pendant gave you the mirror, so it's not like it was completely worthless, but Pedestal was garbage.
Okay, and I think I can hear Shades now.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yes, I have you on. I had you on 0%.
Oh. Gee, I wonder why. That I can see where that came from. All right, give me a sec. All right, xirtanul now joining us here in the channel as well. GG, xirtanul.
Good game.
So, how about that Eastern Palace big key, huh?
How about those bits? How about those flippers? How about like 99% of everything in the seed? It started off so good with like all the items and all the keys we got, but that Eastern Palace big key, Jesus Christ.
And of course, we were just asking Tairr about how he felt about that pedestal pull you guys did.
Yeah, well, I was in the neighborhood anyways. I was like, well, it's either that or the Sashla, but Spike Cave having mitts, I just really never expected those to be there.
Yeah, that was a place for mitts.
The worst part was I was actually thinking of going Spike Cave after I did Hera, but I did that a couple of times and then Spiral Cave had something important, so this time I made the decision of going Spiral Cave.
Oh man, yeah. This seed, like, it started out so strong. I mean, we were looking at a potential like sub 1, like or close to like a sub 2 seed, and then just bottlenecked so hard. I mean, we felt for you guys, honestly.
The worst part was that I think I made all the right decisions-ish as soon as I got my mitts, but then again, I think I triple dipped T-Rock for that Eastern Palace big key.
Yeah, that one hit you hard. Actually, truth be told, with how close you guys came, you know what actually cost you in the end? You're gonna laugh at this.
Yeah, probably my bathroom break at the pedestal pull.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna think of. Yeah, that was it. It just stood there forever. The amount of time you took just standing there, you would have actually, if you hadn't done that, you would have actually caught up.
Well, I think if I didn't do that, then I'd have different problems.
This is why you go to the bathroom before you race, folks.
I actually did, so that's the worst part.
Oh, Jesus. Hey,
Well,
to be fair,
I went to the bathroom too mid-race.
yeah, I was gonna say I know you did because you went during your
The Hera tile room.
Hera tile room run.
Yeah, that's probably better than with a pedestal pull.
Oh man. But still, both of you know, the fact that you guys, even with all of that, you guys were still 30 seconds apart, that's really impressive. You guys should definitely not be ashamed of that race at all.
Just a random question there. Did you find the sword upgrade, tempered sword?
No, but I knew there was the sword upgrade and the lumberjack tree, but I didn't get it.
Ah, okay,
I
that
was
was
smart
one
as what.
Mini helmets or right side chest. I was like, well, I might as well just check the last 4 because I checked like well over 100 something chests, and the first chest I opened had tempered.
Yeah, that actually made up a bit of time for you there, xirtanul, because when you having tempered sword allowed you to catch up a little bit, and that's what led to it being only a 30-second difference between you two. If you hadn't gotten that, it probably would have been a much bigger gap.
But still, I wonder, did anyone ever find key in a burn? Because that has to be a G tower, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere in GT basement. Or it could have been the Moldorm 2 chest. Nobody bothered with that.
I checked it. I think it had I don't know, pick 20 or arrows or something useless.
Yeah, I think I saw you check it. I just didn't get a chance to see it.
So it could have been either the other chest in the room that had tempered, or basement then.
Yep. But the worst part was I just knew that Eastern Palace big key was in T-Rock vanilla big key chest as soon as I found that small key in this left side swamp.
That location is the worst spot in the game. Especially in Keysanity.
And unfortunately, we got to feel for Caladryus, who's still has not even finished Turtle Rock, much less Eastern Palace. He's just now making his way back to TR. This race has been brutal for everybody here, unfortunately. Even Fred had some struggles there. That's why he ended up with a 220.
Well, the worst for me was I think I picked up my Eastern Palace big key at like 217-ish, and I just, well, did a lot of troll things because I fell behind, and in the end I wish I didn't do those things.
It happens, man. And again, this was a frustrating seed for everybody, so I don't entirely blame you.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, the chat got everything they wanted, I think. Blind bet pulls, bird tosses, which weren't even required, etc.
Yeah, pretty much.
Getting a couple of slashes and a bombos on the key chest.
Yeah, I don't think Caladryus is happy about that.
There really needs to be a button that you can pick up open chests so you can just chuck that one into the lava.
Ooh, that is a good idea. You know, just for the fun of it.
Let me go make some suggestions to Carcat. Hold on.
I'll vouch for that option, to be honest.
You just, like, bonk into it and it sends it flying into the lava. That'd be worth programming.
Yeah, I think just having the ability to pick up an open chest and chuck it, I think a lot of us would be very happy with that idea. All right, well, while we're waiting on Caladryus here to finish up here, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown on what's happening the rest of today. We do have a race going on right now over on Speed Gaming 4 between FaZe Bro and Songleaf, so if you guys want to check that out, that's currently underway. In about 5 minutes, we're going to have a quad race with Vitasia versus Rudolph Fahrenheit and OPT Lawyer versus Freddy over on Speed Gaming 3, so don't miss out on that. And in about an hour, we're right here on Speed Gaming 1, we've got Solsky versus Scooty Puff Jr. 1 happening here, so don't want to miss out on that. And at about 9 o'clock, we've got another quad race, Trank 89 and Zarby 89 in the Battle of the 89s, as well as Aaron Doby versus Chloe Power. And finally at 10, we have New York Rambler versus Who 42 Baker happening here on Speed Gaming as well. So if you guys are enjoying tonight's race, we've got plenty more of that came from, folks. Make sure you follow all of our channels, Speed Gaming 1 through 4, ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4, Randomania 1 through 4. So many channels to follow, you don't want to miss out. And of course, make sure you give a follow to all of our runners, xirtanul, Tairr, Caladryus, and fcoughlin. You definitely don't want to miss these guys out. Thank you to our trackers, Dude and Kippy00 for keeping an eye on things, helping us keep track of everything. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Pachu. Pachu, it's been a pleasure working with you, sir.
Likewise, it's been fun. I mean, the seat was pretty trolly to commentate.
Hey, that's one of the best kinds, right?
It's always that chat. It's to make up for a vanilla ice rod location.
Oh, God. Tairr, as I recall, you were pretty late getting that. What did you think when you were like, why didn't I check this sooner?
What?
The ice rod.
Ice rod and vanilla location?
It wasn't in my little location?
Yeah, it was in the ice rod cave.
It was in the ice rod cave.
Oh, okay.
Well, that shows us what he felt.
Just like, that's interesting. Fire rod being so early, ice rod being early if you did a South Shore check early enough. It's like, yeah, T-Rock's important today, I suppose.
I think I had both of those within 3 minutes or something into the game.
I'll shout out to Chris Pye for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the support, my friend.
Thank you for supporting the Speed Gaming Network. So, Caladryus fluting, heading over to Eastern, get their 7th crystal.
Now it's just Eastern Palace left for Caladryus. You got to feel for the poor guy, though. He actually went out of his way to do Aga 1 and get his tempered sword from Lumberjack. He does not know that that last sword's waiting for him.
Be surprised if he ended up getting golden sword, but he may open the chests on the way anyway, just because. Just see what's in them.
It's on the way. He's already lost, so he can take his time here. I mean, he wants to finish, obviously, but he doesn't have to rush. Unfortunately, he is out of the tournament here. But Tairr, speaking of being in the tournament, you're going to be heading into the big epic mega race next week. How are you feeling about that?
Okay.
You just like I'm gonna be honest. You just like ignoring me, don't you?
What?
I was asking you. You know, you're going to be in the epic race next week to get into the brackets there. How you feeling about that going in?
Okay.
Okay then. Ladies and gentlemen, Tairr, man of many words. Sorry, dude. Got to mess with you a little bit.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, Caladryus is now getting ready to head into the Armos Knights, ready to finish this up. Nice quick kill for Caladryus. He gets his last key there. He is heading up to Ganon's tower, ready to finish this game off.
Yep, just one tower climb away.
Also, I have to comment on what Tracker Kippy just put in the chat. Because Clifford actually was the one that rolled the seed for us here. Clifford's definition of fun. F is for the fire that burns down Mothulas. U is for you will suffer looking for keys. N is for no jet seeds when you race. All right. Caladryus now just about finishing up. Going to mirror over here and then head over to Turtle Rock, the Turtle Rock entrance to get to Dark World, and then it's up the tower he goes. And by the way, folks, a little mention for you guys since we got some time to kill. If you guys have any interesting clips that you saw from this race here tonight, if you've already clipped them, use the !clip command along with the link to your clip, and we can add it to our collection of clips to use possibly for a future montage. So definitely share some of your favorite moments from this race and others.
Deadrock's doing what they do best, blocking the path to get into the Dark World.
Deadrocked again, gotta love it. Question in chat. Yes, Monkey Boy. There. I don't know if it's gonna be on this channel specifically. I don't know the schedule, but there is the overall speed gaming schedule in the description below. So, but there are races for the Super Metroid tournament going on these channels as well. In fact, actually, just before ours, we did have a Super Metroid tournament race going on. So if you missed that, be sure to check the VODs for that. And it looks like, according to our bot here, the next race, the 6 o'clock race, is starting right now over on Speed Gaming 3. If you guys want to check that out, it should be a lot of fun. Like, Like we said before, that is Vatasia versus Rudolph Fahrenheit. Definitely don't want to miss that. We've actually got Dr. Bob Tasic and Jex Reffi commentating that one. A couple of really good commentators, in my honest opinion. I've worked with both of them before. Bunch of really cool guys.
So, into the first Mimic room. Spike took an arrow, but it didn't die. There go both Mimics. And there's the R1.
Let's hope the rest of his gauntlet works out a little bit better than that, and then he can get blazed right on through.
Okay, through the cannonball room.
And yeah, the next race here on Speed Gaming on this channel specifically should be starting immediately following the end of this one, which is a Super Metroid race. And as far, I actually want to comment on something here. As far as getting Eastern Standard Time a preferential treatment, let's be honest, while we do have a lot of people from all over the world in these tournaments, there's no doubt about that. In fact, most of our runners are here are European in nature. A lot of the admins and stuff and a lot of people that watch this stuff are usually in the Eastern time zone. So we kind of have to give it that, you know, we have to stick to one specific time zone. So we apologize if you guys aren't there, but that's just how it works.
Powdering the bunny beam here before land mode 2.
Try to use arrow strats there with those silvers. Unfortunately, giving a little bit of a trouble there. Can't quite get the hits he's looking for.
Yeah, sometimes they don't like behaving the way you want them to.
Especially when you have to, when you do powder that bunny beam, it does kind of mess with the timing of these land moles. So I had to adjust the strategy there, but he gets through without too much trouble.
Yeah, if you have half magic and you're comfortable with using fire rod strats there, it's probably better. If you elect to powder the bunny beam in the room before. But in the end, doesn't really matter too much. You know, you can kill them pretty quick. You just have to hope that they go the way you want them to. Right, on to the first torch room.
Makes it through just in time there. Nicely done.
Yep. Have to be careful with those stairs there because you can manage to despawn all the sprites in GT if you go about the wrong time. Electing to not check those chests, so we're not going to see Buttersword today.
To be fair, it's not necessary. Very few runners even need it. Heck, some runners don't even like using it, so what are you going to do? Oh, and Troll Arm 2 strikes.
And there goes Moldorm 2.
And Caladryus opting not to check the inevitable conclusion. Gonna head right on up and finish this race here with Aga 2.
Just using the cape to get through this room. Not a terrible plan. If you have the magic used, or if you have enough magic for it, then might as well.
Also, we should comment Caladryus in the SRL chat going, what deity have I angered to deserve this? And to answer a question in chat, yes, the loser goes home in this case. So unfortunately, xirtanul and Caladryus will both be out of this tournament after this week. So it is unfortunate for them. But considering how many people we had in this tournament, it was inevitable to lose some good runners out of this.
Yeah. At the start of the tournament, there were 208 signups. It actually ended up being that they had to expand the brackets. It was only going to be top 4 people moving on to bracket stage. That got doubled to 8 when they realized so many people were in it. So after this week of racing is up, anybody who's 4-1 will be in a massive race-off. I believe it's March 10th will be the race. Let me go look that up before I give bad information. Yep, March 10th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Based on how the 5-0 Andy versus, or 4-0 Andy versus 3-1 DT goes, 1 or 2 people will be moving on from that race.
Yeah, that is definitely the epic race to watch tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 over here, right here on Speed Gaming, and we're gonna have some interesting commentary with that. If you guys saw the race at AGDQ, we got our 2 main commentators from that, Willard J. Bradley and Patty, commentating that one. So if you want some hype, there's your hype.
Yeah, if you're going to... Ooh, Caladryus taking a fall.
Oh, no. Oh, what the...
A
little bit of a graphical glitch there. Though, clever little trick using a save and quit to immediately set himself back up for the next round. Never seen that before. Nice little time save.
I've never seen that graphics glitch before.
Neither have I.
Accidental YBA maybe from doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, possible. Let's hope Caladryus has some potions still on hand because he's running low on health here.
Does still have the blue potion from earlier, good. So should be fine. Okay, gets a 1 hit here. Doesn't get torch glitch, but doesn't matter too much. 2 and 3.
Nice double shot there.
And 4.
Nicely done. Fortunately, he's going to be just shy of the 3-hour mark there. All right, and he's going to finish with a time of 3 hours, 11 seconds. Unfortunately, because of time constraints, we're not going to have enough time to bring him in for an interview because we do need to wrap this up. We have another race that's waiting for us here. So, in the meantime, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here. Again, thank you, Pachu, for an awesome commentary. It was a pleasure working with you, sir.
Likewise with you, Shades. It's been fun.
Indeed. Like I said before, make sure you follow our channels for all the races to come. Stick around for the Super Metroid race. If you want more Keysanity, check out our other channels as well. In the meantime, on behalf of everybody here at the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and as I always like to say, rock on, guys!